Season's greetings, everyone. I want to thank everyone who watched my previous video. The response of that was really wonderful, and it's encouraged me to want to continue to make more of these types of videos for the Beetle community. Today's video is going to be about my experience with Beatles 64, new documentary that's just been released about a month ago on Disney+, as well as my experience picking up I Want to Hold Your Hand. Now, this is the 61st anniversary of this single, not 60th as other people might have claimed it to be. This was released in late, I believe it was December 63 in the US, and as well as in the UK. So the morning after Thanksgiving, I immediately went to my couch and experienced Beatles 64 on Disney+. And I have to say, it was really a wonderful experience to hear the many commentators throughout the film kind of explaining their own experience of Beatlemania as it was happening. I was really, it was nice to see that alternate side of the story. I mean, there's other documentaries that exist of this period of the Beatles' history, particularly the first US visit, which is a DVD that's available. There's also the complete Ed Sullivan performances, which is available on DVD. And of course the Beatles anthology, which the Beatles themselves cover extensively in their own words about the experience. So Beatles 64, while it was kind of compact and limited in terms of the new content we got that we know has been restored, to me it feels more like a promo piece for the recent box set that came out of the Beatles US albums in mono from 1964. And you know, I think that's what it really should be considered as. I'm not disappointed by it. I think actually I'm glad that it exists. I'll tell you this: as soon as I watched it, I did what I didn't think I was going to do, which was run to my local record shop and pick up I Want to Hold Your Hand. And it was so fun going to a record store on Record Store Day and picking up a newly released Beatles single after watching this brand new documentary. So the timing of all of these elements is really good, obviously. I mean, I think the marketing team behind these Beatle album re-releases, you know, they know what they're doing. So, you know, I know the community can tend to knock a couple things that get released, but yeah, there's a lot of positives there, and it was a great experience. So I immediately went to Dark Side Records, picked up my copy, and brought it back. And I gotta say, the new release is a lot of fun to have. Is it essential to have? That's up to you. I mean, it is using the same master tape that was used on the recent Meet the Beatles release. And so obviously side one is I Want to Hold Your Hand, side two is I Saw Her Standing There. So taking a look at this new release compared to the original, which I have right here, it's the contrast is a little darker, which isn't a bad thing. I think both pictures look pretty nice. Yeah, the original is a little bit lighter. The new sleeve is, instead of it being sort of one of those thin paper covers, it's a really nice cardboard cover. What's cool about this release is instead of having the 45 sort of larger hole that you get with a 45 record, this is using the 33 1/3 sort of size hole. And it's kind of fun to see that swirl go all the way down. As a kid in the 90s, I always wondered what that swirl would look like as it would go closer to the edge. And here we get to see a little bit of a glimpse of that. Now, as far as sound quality goes, it's very similar story to the original release and the new release. We can do a couple samples. I'll put it on the turntable and let you guys kind of hear the two. I'll play the original release followed by the brand new 61 anniversary edition.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you something I think you'll understand. Oh yeah, I'll tell you something I think you'll understand.
As far as sound quality goes, I mean, this 45 sounds kind of similar to the original in that there's a little bit more presence of distortion than there is on the LP. I would say this is more of a kind of keepsake collector's item than it would be something that you would want to play every day. I'm really glad I picked it up. I think it looks really nice, and the experience having got it on release day was a fun one. Similar to Meet the Beatles when I picked that up at Target. These experiences are really great. So in short, do I recommend Beatles 64? Absolutely. If you're a brand new Beatles fan, you're just getting into the Beatles, it's a great documentary to sort of get your sort of first-hand experiences on. Definitely check out the other documentaries that I've mentioned if you really want to go into it. Definitely pick up these new releases. They're readily available at any record store, and the experiences of having them are just going to give you the same type of experience that we have all experienced as Beatle fans for decades. That's going to do it for this video. As always, I put little Easter eggs throughout my little videos here, and if there's anything that you would like to have me discuss in future videos, drop a comment and let me know. Be happy to tell you some interesting things in upcoming videos. So, Merry Christmas to all, and we'll see you soon.